Hello. All right, so I am back with part 2 of the hair growth challenge. Okay, so today I'm going to go down the list of things that I do, for myself, on a daily basis to take care of my health and also the health of my hair. All right, but before I get into that, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about why it is that your hair might not be flourishing. It's not always a medical issue. Sometimes you're simply just not maintaining good hair care practice. You know, you're not moisturizing properly. You're not, I don't know, maybe you're not putting oil or something. You're just not doing something right. Maybe you're just you got your hands in your hair too much. You know, maybe you leave your hair alone. Just leave it alone. Maybe you're just not putting it in a protective style. You know, you just get up and got your hands all up in there every day. You got to leave it alone. All right. So now, for those of you who might have other issues going on with your hair, if you find that you're doing everything, you know, moisturizing, oils, expensive and expensive this and expensive that, and you still are getting a whole bunch of shedding and thinning hair and a whole bunch of, you know, things going on, you might have something else going on with your body. So that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about. For those of you who does everything for your hair, oil, moisturize, protective style, blah, 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 and you're still losing your hair, there might be something else going on. So I'm going to go down a little small list of things that might be happening to you and why you might be losing your hair or having thinning hair. All right? All right, so I write everything down because otherwise I'll be all over the place. Okay, so let's talk about stress and depression. A lot of us are suffering from stress and depression. Okay, when I say us, I mean, you know, so-called black people. Okay, that's a big factor in it comes to the health of our hair, our nails, our skin, our overall health. That is a big factor. Depression and stress. Okay, that can wreak havoc on your entire body, including your hair. Okay, I can't help you guys with what's causing you to be depressed and stressed. That's something that you guys, that's personal. That's something you're going to have to figure out what's going on and learn to manage your stress and depression. But I do know that a big part of being depressed, especially for mothers who just had babies, postpartum depression sometimes has a lot to do with nutrients deficiency. Okay, so if you're a mother, you just had a child and you are suffering from postpartum depression, you might want to get a nutrients deficiency test. Ask your doctor for a test. Okay, another problem is alopecia. All right, there's an alopecia, it's called traction alopecia, and that's the type of alopecia that black people cause on themselves. It's the type of alopecia that happens when you put all these tight braids in your hair, all these weaves and glue, and you know, you sew the hair in on the scalp, and you're causing too much tension on the scalp, and you're damaging the follicles of the hair. You're damaging your scalp, and sometimes it's hard to come back from that. So that alopecia, you're causing that on yourself if you have traction alopecia. Another form of alopecia is when the immune system attack the hair follicle, and that is sometimes caused by some type of illnesses or stress or some type of hormonal imbalance. Okay, a lot of things lead back to hormonal imbalance. Another form of another thing that might be causing you to have thinning hair is thyroid issue. Okay, check your thyroids. If you find that you're having issues with your hair, clumps of hair just coming out, bald spot, just hair just really thin. If you haven't gotten your thyroid checked out yet, you need to do that immediately, because that is very important, okay? Because thyroid affects the scalp. And once the scalp is affected, the hair is affected, okay? Nutrients deficiency. That's another problem that causes hair loss. Vitamin D and iron. If you're deficient in those two things, you're going to have problem with your hair, skin, nails. Your body need vitamin D. Hello. Melanin. All right. Vitamin D. If you are deficient in any vitamin, your body's going to suffer. All right. So nutrients deficiency is a huge factor in hair loss. Think of your body as a tree, a plant, right? Think of your body as a plant. A plant needs the soil to prosper. A plant gets its nutrients from soil, sunlight, air, and water, right? If the plant doesn't have those things, the plant is not going to function. The leaves, the limb, the bark, everything on that plant is just not going to function properly. The plant is not going to bear much fruits, because the plant needs that nutrients, that food from the soil to function. Our body needs what it needs naturally, which is plant foods. That's where we get our nutrients from, our supplements, our nutrients. We need those things. And a lot of us, unfortunately, are not eating enough plant foods. Yes, I do understand that we don't get enough nutrients from the plant food, but honestly, it's way better than eating the man-made processed crap that's been sitting on the supermarket shelves for months. There's absolutely no nutrients in those things. None at all. So if I have to choose between some oranges and some tangerines and some bananas that has little bit of nutrients, as opposed to some processed crap that's been sitting on the shelf for a long time with no nutrients at all, you're supposed to be eating plant food. That is where it all begins. If you're thinking about what's going on with your hair and why it isn't growing, start from the beginning. Plant food. That is where your nutrients are coming from, people. And a lot of us are suffering from nutrients deficiency because, number one, we're not eating any plant food, or very little of it. And we're not even putting any supplement back in our body. We're not taking any supplements. We're not taking any iron. We're not taking any B12. We're not taking any selenium. We're not taking anything at all. So we're deficient in plant food, and we're not taking any type of supplement. So what do you think is going to happen? We're going to get depressed, okay? Because it's another thing. Nutrient deficiency contributes to depression. Your cognitive function depend on nutrients. Otherwise, your brain is going to suffer, all right? So, nutrients, plant food, and supplements, that's where you're going to get your nutrients from, all right? And also, before you begin this cleanse, I would recommend you do a flush. Because if you're going to embark on a healthy lifestyle and you still have a whole bunch of junk, build-up toxin sitting inside of your gut, your body is not going to be able to process and absorb the nutrients that you are trying to put in now to try and get healthier skin, healthier hair, healthier nails. So before you do anything else, I suggest you do a cleanse, okay? A cleanse. Flush out all that garbage that you have sitting in your stomach, in your colon. Flush it out and start fresh, okay? And one last thing I like to say. A lot of people don't think about this, but fasting. Giving the organs a rest, even for 24 hours, that really helped to revamp the entire system. Okay? It really does. Trust me on this. Trust me. You gotta trust Malika now. Trust me. Okay, so I'm going to go down a list of herbs very quickly on what I use on a regular basis. I'm not going to give you guys everything because it's going to take all day. I have a lot of herbs that I use. I'm just going to give you guys some of it, okay? I wrote some stuff down here because if I don't write it down, I'll be all over the place. All right, let's talk about rosemary. Rosemary is one of the best herbs to apply to your hair and scalp. And also you're supposed to be eating it. You're supposed to be ingesting rosemary. The point of this thing is to help you guys to get you better, you know, if you're having any type of skin problem, hair problem, and stuff like that. Work from the inside out, okay? Rosemary is very good for hair growth. Okay, it enhances hair growth, promote healthy scalp, increase cellular metabolism. It stimulate hair growth. That's what it does. For those of you who are having thinning hair or your hair, you know, bald spot, it helps to stimulate the hair growth from the inside, But also, if you extract the oil from the rosemary plant, or if you steep the herb and apply it to the scalp, it helps as well. If you're having any type of dandruff issue or psoriasis and stuff like that, dry scalp, so on and so forth. And that is one of the number one thing that I use in my hair. Okay, rosemary. I use the plant. I sometimes I make a tea out of it, and I put the tea. You know, I drench my hair in it, put it all over my scalp. Okay. Cedar wood. Cedar wood helps to stimulate the hair follicle, okay? And it also helps with circulation to the scalp. And it helps those who are suffering from thinning hair as well. A lot of these herbs you don't hear people talk about. Well, I'm talking about them today. You mostly hear people talk about these herbs that the Indian use, like brahmi or henna and stuff like that. Those are very popular herbs, yes. But if you are into herbs like I am, if you understand the benefits of each herb, what the herbs does, then you will understand what it does for your body and your hair. You have to understand the properties of each herbs to understand what it does for you. Okay? So, cedarwood, rosemary, sage is another good thing for hair growth inside and outside. It has hormonal balancing properties. It also promotes a healthy scalp. If you were to apply it to the scalp, if you have dandruff and stuff like that, it helps. And it also helps with circulation to the scalp. Okay, so that's another herb that I use in my hair. And here's another herb that you don't really hear about when it comes to hair. Stinging nettle. Stinging nettle is rich in a lot of vitamins and nutrients. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin B. It has iron, it has calcium, it has selenium, it has magnesium, it has potassium, protein, amino acid. All that stuff is in stinging nettle. Also, stinging nettle is good for the kidneys if you're suffering from kidney problems. I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about that a million times. Okay? So, it has anti-inflammatory properties. All right? Which is what brings the circulation back to the scalp. It helps to treat eczema and dandruff. So, if you're suffering from those type of things on your scalp, on your skin, stinging nettle. All right? And what I do, again, I steep these herbs. I'll tell you guys what I do with them in a minute. But stinging nettle helps with hair growth. All right? Burdock root. That's another herb that I drink on a regular basis. I take that. Okay? Lots of nutrients. And listen, the reason you're drinking these plants, you're taking them, is because they're filled with nutrients. That's it. And for those of you, again, who are suffering from nutrients deficiency, that's what you need. Nutrients. The nutrients are in these plants. All right? So, dandruff itchy scalp, all of that. It helps with to strengthen the hair if you're having a breakage issue. You know, if your hair is breaking, burdock root help with that. Horsetail. Horsetail has silica or silicon, right? It helps. It's a very good herbs that helps you with your bone if you're, you know, to strengthen the bone. But it also helps with the nails and the hair, right? Because it's filled with silicon. All right. A lot of selenium is found in horsetail as well, and that's one of the nutrients that our body is lacking in. Selenium. All right. A lot of nutrients is in horsetail. So horsetail is very essential for hair growth. Okay, very. Aloe, raw aloe. You can get the aloe plant from any store. Okay, that's very good. I take it internally, and I also apply it to my skin and my hair. Ginkgo, ginseng, palmetto. Y'all never heard about these things for the hair, but I'm telling you, trust me. Peppermint, tea tree, rosemary, so on. Oh, I mentioned rosemary earlier, but yes. So all these herbs that I mentioned, right, are herbs that I use not just to put on my hair, but I take them internally. What I do is if I either use the oil or I'll take the plant, I steep it in some boiling water for a few, maybe a minute or two. I steep them. I allow it to cool down. So I combine all these herbs together, just combine them, and I steep them together. I allow the liquid to cool down, the tea, and I put it in my spray bottle, and I apply it to my scalp and throughout my hair. Okay, and I usually do this after I wash my hair. This is I use it as a leave-in conditioner, you know, just like a leave-in treatment for my hair. I don't rinse it out. So I spray it on my scalp, spray all over my hair, and I just leave it there. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a list of things that I have on this table here that I take on a regular basis as well. Did I mention hormonal imbalance? Did I tell you guys that that's a contributor to hair loss? Okay, in case I forgot to mention it, yes. So I'm going to get into some herbs that I take to keep my hormones in check, okay? I don't think I have problems with my hormones, but it's probably because I take a lot of stuff. All right. So this bag here contains about 14 different herbs that I take on a regular basis to balance my hormone. Okay? So, although I don't have issues with PCOS and fibroids and stuff like that, I take these things to for prevention. That's the key, prevention, you see. So I'm not waiting to have PCOS or hormone issues and stuff like that. So I take these things for prevention. All right. So in this bag, I'm going to go down the list of herbs that I have in here that helps you to balance your hormones if you're having issues with PCOS, fibroids, and so on and so forth. This list of herb is going to help you to balance back your hormones, all right, and put your hormones back in check, okay? So I have chaste tree berries, I have motherwort, I have donquy, red raspberry leaves, palmetto, peony root, Peoney root, cinnamon bark, and that would be Ceylon cinnamon bark, cypress root, Cyprus, cypress root, stinging nettle, red clover, black haw, Pardiaco, and shepherd's purse. Okay, and if you decide to take this for your hormones, you should add some ginger root, some fresh ginger root to this combination here, because ginger is extremely important when you're dealing with hormonal situation. You need the ginger for circulation, all right? And you also need, I did mention cinnamon bark, okay? So that's what you need to help balance back your hormone, all right? Because hormone problems contributes to hair loss and skin problem. Your doctors won't tell you that. But yeah, if you're having issues with your hormones, that's a big contributor to hair issues and skin issues, all right? So you need to fix them hormones. Fix it. All right, over here I have a herb. I have a herb called marshmallow root, okay? And I take this herb because this is a herb that is very wonderful for the mucous membrane. But I also steep this in some boiling water and I apply it to my hair as well, because this herb makes your hair so soft, really, really soft. All right, it's kind of like a conditioner for your hair. So I steep this. It's called marshmallow root. I steep it in some boiling water and I apply it straight to my hair and my scalp. It makes my hair really soft. But I also drink it. I had a huge bag of it and that's all I have left. Okay, so over here, I have some sea moss or Irish moss. I like to call it sea moss, all right? And this wonderful herb I use, I'm sure you guys see me drinking this a million times, okay? I've posted this so many times. I have a video on the Sisters of the Maccabees channel. I've shown you guys how I prepare the sea moss. I drink it almost every day, but I also use it in my hair as a conditioner as well. I mix it with my marshmallow root. And also, while we're talking about that, this is sorrel. I also mix it with my sorrel. All right, that's my sorrel, or you guys call it hibiscus. Okay, and so what I do is I take the Irish moss or the sea moss and I boil it, and then I throw you boil it and it's gonna turn really soft after you boil it, and then you're gonna toss it in your blender and you're gonna blend it up and it's gonna turn right into a gel. Okay, so that's how I use it in my hair. It's literally like a gel. You add some water to it, you boil it, you let it cool down, put it in your blender, and blend it, and it turns right into a gel. And yeah, so this is my conditioner right here. All right, it really helps a lot, let me tell you. Over here I have some stinging nettle, and I know I mentioned it earlier as a list, one of the list of herbs that is very, very beneficial for the hair, and also to drink it. I have a little bit left, and yeah, so I drink stinging nettle on a regular basis. Okay, so and I also combine it with the rest of the herbs that I use on my hair and my scalp. Okay, I just add it to those herbs, steep it in some boiling water, and it goes right into my hair and my scalp. All right. What I have here is some moringa powder. And I use moringa powder the same way you guys might use henna. I apply this the same way you apply henna to the hair, okay? I just add a little bit of hot water, some boiling water, make it into a paste. I might put a little bit of oil in there, some olive oil, and just make it into a paste, and I apply it to my hair, and I just let it sit on my hair for a few hours, okay? And this really helped to strengthen my hair. But I also drink this, all right? So this is the moringa powder. So I apply that to my hair. But this is also the moringa seeds as well. And I got these seeds. Well, I got everything here. All these moringa I got from Grenada. I actually got these seeds from Patrick's backyard. And this is the moringa leaves. These are the fresh leaves. And these I drink. I just steep them in some boiling water and I drink them. All right. So you're not just applying the herbs to your hair. You're also ingesting these herbs as well. That's very important. Okay. So you got to work from the outside. From the inside out. All right. Yeah. So I have some lavender here that I also add to my mixture when I'm steeping my herb. I throw a little bit of lavender in there, and this goes right onto my scalp and my hair as well. Okay? And why do I have an onion on the table? All right. I'll tell you guys what I do with the onions. I do onion treatment every now and then. I don't do it very often, but I do it maybe about every 6 to 8 weeks. And what I do is I take an onion or two, I toss it in my juicer, and I juice it. I get the juice from the onion, and I put the juice in a spray bottle, and I saturate my hair with it. Put a shower cap or something over my hair, and I just let it sit there for about an hour. And I rinse it out. It really, really makes a difference. Your hair just gets really nice and strong, and it helps to stop breakage. So yeah, I apply onion juice to my hair. Now, here's the deal. I'm not telling you guys to go out and buy all these things. I am simply sharing with you what I do for myself, okay? If you have other things in your house that you can use, that benefits your hair and your skin and your overall health, go ahead and use it. You don't have to go out and buy what I have here. All right. There's the millions and millions of herbs out there. You don't necessarily have to use the one that I'm using. Okay. All right. Maca. I take this on a regular basis because it's just it just helps with your overall health. You see what's on the bottle there. Trust me, it works. All right? It works. That's a very good herb. Maca root. Supplements is what a lot of you guys are missing. Supplements. Your B12, your B100 complex, your iron, your biotin. Biotin is very good for your hair. You guys really need to be taking your supplements. All right. Make sure you find a good source. But if you're not eating enough plant foods, at the very least, you need to take your supplements. All right. One or the other. And now is the listen, if you're going on this hair growth challenge, now would be the time to not only take care of the outside, but take care of the inside. All right. So I also have a couple of essential oils here. Although I have the raw herbs, I still use my oils as well. And these are just a couple of essential oil. And I'm going to tell you guys what I do with that in a minute. So what I do is, you see over here, this is a bottle of, this huge bottle here that I'm showing you guys. I have black seed oil in this bottle here. Black seed oil. If you guys don't know what black seed oil is, look it up, guys. This is a wonderful oil for the skin. If you're suffering from eczema, this is very, very good for eczema. This is good for the kids. If you have children at home, they should be taking black seed oil because this is a wonderful oil for the complete immune system, your child respiratory system, their lung, coughing, any type of issues like that. But this oil is also great for the skin and the hair. Okay, it promotes healthy hair. All right. See, I have some in this bottle here. I have a mixture here that I sort of put together. And I have a whole bunch of oils in this, including black seed oil. So, and what I do is I mix all these oils together. Trying to hold my camera still here. Here's a hair oil that you guys might be familiar with. This is a very old bottle. I've been using this for months now. So this is my hair oil that I make. Okay, and I don't know if you guys can see it. It's called black seed and rosemary mint oil, and that's because I use a whole bunch of oil to make this bottle of oil here. I have black seed oil in there. I have rosemary oil. I have sage. I have tea tree in there, peppermint. I have just a whole bunch of different very wonderful oils in this oil right here, and this is one of the oils that I use. I'm sorry, this is the oil that I use in my hair on a daily basis, in my scalp as well. Okay, and this is also do you guys realize that I don't have a whole bunch of products on my table, like hair products from the store? That's because I don't use those things. I make my own. All right, and I only have 3 products here that I use on my hair, which is my oil. I have a hair butter here, and my conditioner. Okay, and that's it. That's really it. That's all I use on my hair as far as products go, and I make these products. So these 2 things contains black seed oil. My hair butter and my hair oil, and I use these things on a regular basis. Okay, you really need to do your research on the health benefits of black seed oil and also what it does for your skin and hair. Very important. One last thing before we go. Probiotic. If you guys are not taking probiotic, you need to start taking probiotic, because this helps with your gut. Okay? If you're taking care of your body, you need to take probiotic, guys. This is very important. All right? It helps with the reproductive system. This is just for overall health. Urinary tract infection, yeast infection, just overall health. You need to take care of the gut. All right, so I take this on a regular basis, and this is only 25 billion. I take about 2 to 3 of this every day. All right, and did I mention the magnesium? You guys should be taking magnesium. Magnesium is extremely important. It's a very, very, very important nutrient that your body might be missing as far as hair growth and healthy skin goes. Magnesium, guys, okay? You should be taking that on a regular basis. It also helps you with period cramps when you're having your period. Now, the reason you are taking these herbs is because these herbs are filled with a lot of nutrients that your body needs to function. Every part of your body, including the hair, skin, and nails. You are pretty much killing 2 birds with 1 stone when you take these herbs. You're helping to repair the body from the inside, but you're also taking care of the outside as well. So that's the purpose of this challenge that we're doing. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Taking care of the inside and the outside. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these hair growth challenge and all this stuff, you never see people talk about what's going on the inside, or you don't really see much of what you're supposed to do to take care of what's causing the problem on the outside. You could sit there and apply a whole bunch of products to your hair all day long, But if you're not addressing what's going on the inside, your hair is never going to flourish. Your skin is never going to flourish. Your nails are never going to flourish. You got to take care of the inside. So do yourself a favor. Get yourself a flush. Flush your system out. Okay? Do a cleanse. A full body cleanse. Okay? Take some herbs. Take them on a regular basis and take care of your hair. And leave your hair alone. Put your hair in protective style. Moisturize it. Apply some herbs to your hair. Make sure your scalp is healthy. Wash your hair on a regular basis. And you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference. All right? So I'm going to end the video, and I guess we'll do a follow-up.